Speaking of, I'm Jared.
And I'm Kate.
Boy, did you ever miss a pregame show. We might release it to you if you're lucky.
Here's the problem. If they see that, then they're going to want us to just live stream every time. Which is fine. To anybody who's asking, we don't cut and record and edit and whatever. This is all just real, but it's the pregame that concerns me.
Those people with their soundtracks and their edit. Yeah, that's not us.
We're clearly not professionals.
In any sense of the word.
No. In fact, yesterday...
wow.
Was it yesterday?
Look at how quickly we segued.
I know. Yesterday, I was with my mother and my niece. We were getting sandwiches, and the kids said, "Do you want me to label these?" And I said, "Yes. Make mine say, like, Queen or Super Leader or something." And he's like, "Okay." And then I pointed to my mom, and I said, "And hers can say Supervising Adult." It said Supervisor. Mine said Queen.
I thought you were going to say after her birthday party in the name tags, hers can say, "I'm Judy."
I'm Judy.
Still my favorite part. It's her birthday party. She has to have a name tag.
She couldn't be the only one without a name tag. It's not like she's looked the same for decades and decades. People might not recognize her. Oh, wait.
It's true. That's true.
It is true.
Okay, so speaking of being out in public and out in general.
Okay.
And I'm going to omit some names and businesses because that's
what we do.
This is one I've been sitting on for a while.
Oh, yay.
Okay. So, a little bit ago, I was getting my car's oil changed at the dealership.
Okay.
And the only reason that's important is because I was in a part of town that I'm not usually in.
Oh.
Yes. So, I needed to pick something up though, and I knew of a local store nearby. Right? It's been the pandemic, and so I'm like, okay, I think I'll just go to this store to see if by chance they have it. Now, to give you an idea of how locally owned it is, there's only 3 aisles in this store. Okay? So, this was over spring break.
Okay.
And So, I walk in to the store, and the gentleman, there's only one person there, obviously, again, small store. He's watching something, but it's almost like he's been caught doing something. But because I startled him, I'm sure. So, we exchange, "Hi, hello, how are you? Fine, do you need help?" "No, I'm just going to go look for this thing. Which I'd be more specific, but again,
it's not important to the story.
Yeah, it's not important to the story. So I'm going down the aisle, and I hear the TV turn back on. This gentleman is watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The cartoon, the Disney.
The cartoon, the Disney, yes.
Aw, tender.
And so I'm looking, and he starts to sing.
Aww.
And as I'm looking, because I want to make sure, I'm Jared, and I easily miss
He wants
things,
to make sure he's
and I
Jared.
want to make sure that, I didn't miss something.
Like the chorus.
Intensifies. To a very robust...
No.
The bells, bells, bells. And I can't carry a tune, but
You carried that quite well.
Thank you. So I'm now in the awkward situation of A, they don't have what I'm looking for, and B, I don't really want to walk by this guy after he's pulling a Pavarotti. I'm saying. So I decide I'm going to go down the back aisle and up and around to the entrance.
Because
I'm just like, If it was me, I would have been embarrassed. So, like, I don't want to
If it
embarrass
was
the
me,
guy.
if it was me and I were more familiar with that movie, I'd have sung along.
It's true. It had been a while since I've seen it. So I'm going down the aisle, and as I'm going down the aisle, I hear the music following me, like he's singing behind me. Walking along, singing.
Thought you'd get away, did ya?
No, this is... It gets better. So I cross over to the farthest length of the aisle. Again, only 3 aisles. And the one aisle is my exit strategy. Like, it's straight on to the door.
The escape route.
The escape route. So as I'm walking, like, I'm picking up my pace. Because I'm like, this is the weirdest time. I'm like, I am in some kind of horror movie. Like, this is it. I'm getting duct tape. He's, like, singing loud to muffle my screams.
You know what? That is what is missing from most horror movies.
Right?
The killer should be singing Disney. Why has this not happened yet?
So,
anyway,
I'm clipping it to the door. He's on the aisle over, and I can see him through the packages. Singing, the bells, bells, bells. Like, and he's matching my walk. So, no lie, I'm to the point that I'm almost at a run, and I get out of that store before he and I collide together at the front.
Because the only reason he was rushing out is because he doesn't know the dance to that part of the song.
Because I was even now telling the story, I'm like, did he think I was shoplifting? Did he, like, what? I'm not a talent scout.
You look like one.
I mean, maybe. But I'm not looking for America's Next Top Talent model, whatever.
He's looking for you.
It was frightening. Like, it was frightening.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. It's just wonderful.
I got another one. But I'm like...
Excuse me, I've got a little frog. Go ahead.
No, I know. I'm handing off to you now.
Okay, well, I do have a story about a song.
Because it takes me like 2 months to get one show's worth of material, so... Can't be giving over everything.
Excuse me. Okay. Hubs and I were watching a movie the other day. Mm-hmm. It's a fairly recent movie.
What movie was it? Or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter, but
okay.
But it does have old Clint Eastwood in it.
Oh.
Okay. And
he's still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's driving this truck and he's singing along to the radio. Okay. And it's that, Spiral Staircase is the group that sings the song I Love You More Today Than Yesterday. Right? Just so you know, that song was released in 1969.
Really?
Yes. 1969.
Yeah,
I point this out because...
I mean, I guess it's close enough to the 70s because I thought the 70s for some reason.
Yeah,
but
that's what I would have guessed. Yeah. However, the subtitles, what is it called?
Oh, the closed captioning.
Closed captioning says, as it's playing, old-timey pop song.
We can't be bothered.
1969! That's not old-timey!
Oh, it really isn't.
Old-timey? It reminds me of when my brother said, Alexa, play classic rock. And it played 80s rock. And he said, Alexa, classicer! Classicer rock! Not old-timey! Like, old-timey? Really? Come on. It's rude is what it is. It's rude.
It really is rude.
Old-timey pop music. They didn't even call it pop music back then because it was rock music.
No,
they couldn't call it retro or vintage. No,
right?
Old-timey.
Old-timey.
Like they had monocles and top hats.
It's as bad as one of my students last week asked me what things were like in the old days. You know, the 90s. He said that.
Well,
like,
at least he didn't say the 1900s.
I know. You know, the 90s.
They're the same.
That was the worst, though, because I realized I had forgotten to tell, because, you know, I work in a middle school. We have morning announcements every day. And they also announced the adults' birthdays as well. But since mine is in the summer, mine got announced this last week.
They announced all the summer birthdays?
Pretty much.
Wow. That took a minute.
But the sides, well, yeah. Because I got a lot of, how old are you? Which, 101 Dalmatian. That was my favorite answer that I gave. But the icing on the cake to that story is, so back in my office, I don't have an intercom, so I can't hear. So it took me until Wednesday to figure out why the kids were coming
suddenly
up.
asking you.
Yeah. Happy birthday. When's your birthday? I'm like, what?
You suddenly look wiser.
What? And then I'm like, oh, they're doing summer birthdays. Okay. But till Wednesday. In my defense, it's the end of the year.
Sure.
Mad cow, all of the things.
All the things, he says. All the excuses.
And boy, oh boy, do I have things.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Anyway. What else have we got?
You told me you had a big story that you've been waiting forever to tell me.
I did?
And we were waiting specifically for the show.
Oh.
Speaking of the things, apparently it's contagious.
I was waiting for it to come up. If you only record once every 6 months, it doesn't usually come up.
I told you, it takes me 2 months to get material. Anyway.
I heard a story. This is not my story. This is a third-hand story. But it sounds super plausible. Okay. I'm not sure when this supposedly happened, but
long time ago.
This kid is at the Trolley Square at the Gold Spaghetti Factory.
That's still open?
I don't know when this happened. I
know, but now I want to know.
I want to go.
We'll find out.
Anyway, he's having dinner with his dad. His dad takes a call, steps away, and out of the restroom comes none other than Paul Rudd.
We need to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh.
Speaking of Paul Rudd.
Well, Paul Rudd, speaking of
Paul Rudd.
I don't remember when this was. I don't know when it was, but
that's hilarious.
He walked up, so the kids' table must have been I don't know. He walked up to the kids' table, looks him in the eye, sticks his finger in the kid's spaghetti, swirls it around a little, and then says, "No one's ever going to believe you." I can totally see him doing that. I want to do that someday to somebody.
We got to get internet famous people. Come on.
Tell your friends.
Speaking of kids.
Ever gonna believe you.
So speaking of kids, so it's been no secret that during the pandemic, I got very good at shopping the Wally World and getting in and out in 10 minutes.
Someday it'll be an Olympic sport. He'll get the gold.
I will.
Oh, speaking of gold medals.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Yes. So part of that though is you've got to do the perimeter and just get through.
Yeah.
So I'm at Wally World and I'm doing one of my perimeter sweeps and I'm going down.
Like he's security.
I know, right?
Heaven help us all.
So I'm going down by the toy department. And there's a mom and her 2 kids. And the oldest boy is about 9 or 10, I would say.
Okay.
And he has a Tyrannosaurus Rex puppet. And he's, and he's doing the talking. And I come around the corner and he looks at me and the puppet goes, "I'm going to get you!" And sure enough, I got you!
That's amazing.
And I'm like, you got me!
That kid's poor mother.
Well, so that's what was funny is because the mom didn't try to stop him. There was no stranger danger.
She was just like,
it was like this train wreck she was watching happening before her eyes.
Listen, dinosaurs can't be controlled.
No,
if we've learned anything from Jurassic Park.
It's true.
Excuse me. Life finds a way.
Yeah, we just kind of both went along our merry ways. I don't know if she was too embarrassed because I thought she would be like, "Oh, thanks," or
right.
nothing.
No,
but like I said,
let's move on, children.
You could see.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, "What is he doing to this man?" Because there was a minute I'm like, "Did you think I was your dad?" What's going on there, pal?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you! Ah, I got you! Still my favorite story.
Was the I got you while your arm was in the mouth?
Yes.
So we have a dinosaur who talks with his mouth full.
I was gonna say, ventriloquist.
Wow.
It was great.
That's amazing. Kids don't do that stuff to me. They get real nervous, usually.
I've been told I have an aura that I wish I could turn off sometimes.
He's got an aura, all right.
Like, the children know that you work with children. I'm like, is there a way? Is there an on-off switch? It'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get you. Ah. Yeah.
Dinosaur
I'll be able
puppets.
to tell that story on my deathbed. Won't matter about the mad cow. I will remember.
Oh, I see how it is. The mad cow is now just an excuse to cover up for things he doesn't want to remember.
Speaking of things we don't want to remember, you really don't know where I'm going with this? We saw a certain Marvel movie. Well, it wasn't a Marvel movie.
Oh,
it was a Marvel.
It was
Sony
a Marvel
movie.
mistake. Oh.
Now I can't remember what it's called because I'm calling it the wrong. Morbius. Because I always want to call it. What's that guy in The Matrix's name?
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Yes.
No, Morbius like morbid. Morbius.
Just don't.
I was told. I was sent an article about the director had. To save money, he had a 14-year-old write the script. And I was like, if only...
You didn't tell me that part.
I only just learned that. And if only that would have been enough to save it. But it wasn't just the script, it was those graphics. And it was the ridiculousness of the...
If they were flying or if they were moving fast.
Right, like, are you a vampire? Are you a bat? Like, just choose one. And... Then there's like this glowing thing.
Because they had like some big names, like a Doctor Who was in it. What was his name? Matt something? I don't know.
Oh, that Doctor Who. Oh my gosh.
There's been a lot of Doctor Who's.
We just saw Doctor Strange recently, and that's the path I was on. Doctor Who? Anyway, yeah, what is his last name?
I want to say Matt Smith, but that is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
yes.
I didn't know if that's
it's such a normal name.
It was a bad script.
It was about everything. The script alone was not the problem at all.
So just don't if you haven't, and if you have,
we're sorry.
We can just sympathize with you
because, wow. I mean, I was not quietly in the film leaning over to Jared to say, "Are they kidding with this?"
No, what? Because you said something to me at one point, and the people next to me heard you and started laughing.
It was that ridiculous. I can't remember what it was, and I'm not going to watch it again to find out I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I think... I'm not... Yeah. It would be just conjecture, because I'm like, I want to say it was something about the fangs and the bite marks.
It was!
I can't remember exactly.
Because they kept talking about the punctures, but the guy never had vampire teeth. Ever. What? How? Just how? Not once did he have vampire teeth. Not even when he was fighting. Like, it's not like they came out when he was angry. No, never. No vampire teeth.
Had some twitchy ears. I didn't understand that part much
Twitchy
either.
ears?
You didn't notice like they would ripple, and it was strange.
There's just so much about it.
I didn't understand. Like, are you trying to show he has vampire hearing? There was a lot.
Oh, maybe that is what it was. The bat hearing. That's probably what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not thinking that one's gonna get a sequel. It was no Venom.
They left it well open for one, but heaven help us all. Because wow. Or if you do, at least make it what the first one should have been.
Right.
And, decent. And I'll have you know that we had to go sit through that movie.
Here it comes.
Because what's his bucket was going to have his shirt off, which occurred for approximately 20 seconds in the entire movie. Get a poster!
Yes, dear.
Sit through that crap again.
No.
No is right.
Just no.
We did think that it would be a fun idea for you all to watch the previews and the intro. What do they call that? The pre-movie stuff?
Maria Menounos.
We kind of talked back to her a little bit, but...
I don't know what her name, Menounos?
Yeah, Menounos.
Is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
Maria.
MM.
Maria.
Because yeah, we do like talking back to the screen. It's the only time really that it's allowed.
It's true. Because we have respect.
We do.
We know how to...
We turn off our phones.
Speaking of which, not that this is about respect, but when we went to see Doctor Strange...
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of little children there.
Well,
little children.
This is what, and I had read this before we had gone to see it, but I didn't think about it until the little children were there. Because they had said specifically that this next Doctor Strange movie was going to have more of a horror element to it.
Right.
And it did. So.
And, I mean, I could barely keep track of what was going on. What were the kids thinking? Wait, there's that guy again, but he looks different. Yeah, like, what?
And the multiverse.
Always with the multiverse. But it just surprises me. They were little children.
They were like 5 and 6, if even.
They were little.
Even that, so.
But, okay.
Yeah, this one is definitely PG-13.
For reals, yo.
Dang, yo.
That reminds me, every so often, you can catch my mother saying, "True that." It's adorable.
Oh, Mother Jackman. Preach.
Wow. Just okay. I mean, okay. Yeah.
There you have it. All right, well, you got
We should
anything else?
probably just leave it there for now.
I mean, you can't end it better than Judy, so.
Nope.
Alrighty then. Until next time, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
See ya.